We've got some bad news as federal officials have just confirmed reductions for Social Security benefits. We're going to go over that in detail in just a second. Also, the SSA commissioner has just announced that they found an insane amount of waste and abuse within the program, meaning that people who aren't meant to get Social Security benefits are getting paid. We've got a lot to talk about, but real quick, if you want straight updates that matter to you, make sure to subscribe and become part of this growing community today. As hardworking Americans, many of us were thinking that putting money into Social Security would have us covered for retirement. But as recent years have taught us, this isn't exactly applicable to every US worker, which is unfair when you think about the money that we've put into the program. And now we're hearing that billions of dollars have been sent out in improper payments. You might remember how Elon Musk talked about Social Security and how illegal immigrants were receiving benefits.
We started at the top of the system, mapping the whole system of Social Security to understand where all the fraud was. And there's a lot of great people there that showed us really a lot of waste. And so that came up with a big list of stuff that we're working on. You've heard some of that already, but this is what jumped out at us. When we saw these numbers, we were like, what is this? In 21, you see 270,000 people, goes all the way to 2.1 million in 24. These are non-citizens that are getting Social Security numbers.
Yeah, this is a mind-blowing chart.
Yeah, This literally blew us away. Like, we went there to find fraud, and we found this by accident.
We also can't forget that Doge reported people who were supposedly aged 150 and up still receiving Social Security checks. Where's all of this money going? And why is the agency allowing it to happen? I guess that explains why they had to work against Musk, because he was revealing that Americans were being screwed out of their own hard-earned money. But things just got worse. They're now telling us that benefits could be running out in a few years, which could affect millions of seniors who receive Social Security.
This week, the Social Security Board of Trustees announced benefits could lessen by 2034. That's because the trust fund is running out of money.
And the trust fund is the money that theoretically was set aside when the tax that was brought in for Social Security taxes outstripped the actual benefits that were being paid.
If no action is taken by lawmakers, then people who receive Social Security will see less money in their checks.
If you're receiving Social Security, you're going to receive 77 cents to the dollar.
And remember what I said about billions of our dollars being mismanaged? Here's Social Security Administration Commissioner Frank Bisignano confirming our worst fears.
And one of the ways we've been doing it is to begin to change the paradigm around our payments. In my second week on the job, the Inspector General sent a letter talking about $18 billion in improper payments. We've already addressed half of that. It's about delivering a great control environment. Ultimately, the White House, Congress, and the trustees will have a solution.
Now I understand that not everyone likes Musk, but the best thing he gave us during his short time at the White House was the idea of auditing. We have to understand where our money goes. If it's going to Social Security, then that money should be paid back to people who work for it. To add to that, seniors should be protected from fraud 24/7. That's just plain common sense. And I know that it's not just illegal immigrants who are quote-unquote cashing in with Social Security. They've also been taken advantage of, which reminds me of this one conspiracy theory that sounds more logical as we listen to it. Check this out.
They will bring in hundreds of illegals. They will spread them out across all of these plants and factories, giving them jobs. They're all using the same Social Security number. The IRS unconnected our names from the Social Security number. Now when you look it up, it just pings to see if there's an employer. If there is, it says it's good, it validates it. Why do they do that? Because all of these factories are giving them Social Security numbers. The government turns its back on it. As soon as you have a Social Security number and you go over to motor voter, pass the driver's test, right? You get a driver's license. The person looks, you got a social, you must be a citizen. That's how they pack the rolls. By the way, those guys don't pay taxes anyway. It's taken out by companies. Our government's been sitting on $1.7 trillion slush fund that one fund has still in it to this day.
What are your thoughts on today's video? Do you think that the federal government should do anything about the solvency issue of Social Security? Let me know down in the comments. Also, if you appreciate the information I've shared today, please consider subscribing to help this small community grow. As always, thank you for your time. I'll talk to you in the next one.